What if your personality isn't real? What if it's just a pattern your brain learned and kept repeating? Maybe you tell yourself, I'm not disciplined. I'm always disorganized. I've always been this way. But neuroscience says something very different. Your brain doesn't store who you are, it stores patterns. And once a pattern becomes familiar, it becomes automatic. The problem is, your brain doesn't care if the story is true. It only cares if it's familiar. So every time you repeat that story, your brain runs it again, faster, stronger, without thinking. And eventually, the pattern feels like identity. But here's where it gets interesting. You can't just replace that story. You can't wake up and say, I'm a different person now, and expect your brain to believe it. That's not how change works. Real change starts by interrupting the pattern, not destroying it, just breaking its automatic flow. And the fastest way to do that is with a question. Is this always true? Have I ever acted differently? What happens if I don't follow this pattern right now? That moment of interruption, that friction, is where your brain starts to change. Now let's talk about what fuels this process. Dopamine. Most people think dopamine is pleasure. It's not. Dopamine is movement. It's what pushes you forward. Every time you make progress, even small, your brain releases it, and that's what creates motivation. But here's the part no one talks about. Dopamine is not infinite. Push too hard, chase too much stimulation, and you drain it. And when that happens, nothing feels interesting anymore. That's not laziness, that's burnout, a depleted system. And most people respond the wrong way. They push harder, more coffee, more effort, more pressure, and they crash even deeper. The real solution is counterintuitive. You step back. You let the system reset. Because your brain doesn't change when it's overwhelmed. It changes when it's in the right state. Alert, calm, present. And one of the fastest ways to guide your brain into that state is through the environment you create, the inputs you allow, the signals you give it. That's exactly why I use this type of session, to slow the noise, stabilize attention, and help the brain move out of autopilot. If you want to try it, you'll find it in the first comment. Use it when your mind feels stuck in the same loop, because the story you repeat is not who you are. It's just a pattern, and patterns can change.